I seen something real interesting, a real interesting exchange of dialogue over there on the Black Authority, our brother Jason Black's channel, and between him and this Green Party candidate, or he's something in the Green Party by the name of Butch Ware, and he's pro reparations, but um, I could get with him on that a little bit, but it was a little bit low because he's talking about 13 trillion. It's to my knowledge and understanding that we seeking 20. So he was a little low on that. But this Butch Ware, I can't get with him because he's on mass immigration. He don't believe in borders. You know what I mean? And we need borders because um, that it's hurting us foundational Black Americans with the influx of all this immigration. These people bring crimes, and these people come out of mental institutions, what have you. So borders is needed. So, he's pro immigration. So I can't get with him to that effect because that has directly harmed foundational Black Americans, this mass immigration thing. And he's also a Pan African, so he got that Pan Africanist mindset and worldview and approach to things. He's for minority coalitions, this group, that group, and historically, we as foundational Black Americans, we helped all these other groups, and then we're left depleted, standing and holding the fight up by ourselves. So this minority coalitions, Black and Brown thing, which he was trying to push between that dialogue he had with our brother Jason Black, that has never historically worked for us foundational Black Americans. Then he tried to flip it too well, Huey Newton, Huey P, and Brother Malcolm X, they were for minority coalitions, Black and brown. While they might have been, they very well could have been, but where had that gotten us? And I don't believe if they were still alive to this day, with the undermining that takes place between these other groups and us, and they got a anti-foundational Black American mindset, that they would still be if they could see what's actually going on today, because a lot of these groups are being used to directly undermine and hurt foundational Black Americans. So I can't get with that dude Ware on his standpoints on immigration and pushing a minority coalition and this, that, and the other. Then he had the nerve to talk some, America got worse crime than Colombia, Mexico, um, Cuba, and that's just not true. I don't know where this man is, coming from, where his standpoint is coming from. Well, I know where it's coming from. He got a Pan Africanist mindset, and that Pan African thing, that has never worked for foundational Black Americans neither, because historically we're the only ones that was really pushing for some Pan Africanist unity, among all people that are Black. Other groups of people wasn't pushing as hard or putting no points up on the board, so that has never historically worked for foundational Black Americans. And then he was, just talking some, we got one common enemy, that's systematic white supremacy, you know. Um, and I just can't get with him on his standpoint, I felt him a little bit with the reparation thing, but the majority of his talking points I can't get with him on. And then our brother Jason Black asked him one specific question that he never answered. He beat around the bush on it, and just didn't answer it. Talked about next question. He said, "How does our brother Jason Black asked him, how does mass immigration help foundational Black Americans?" And this man, was couldn't answer it, because it don't. How does mass immigration benefit us? We put up all the points on the board, and other people come over here. We fought for them, then they come over here and fix their nose up at us like they're better than us. So I don't rock with this dude Ware on his talking points. He got a lot of Pan Africanist views, and the way he sees the world is through a Pan Africanist lens. And we just ain't on that type of time no more. We pushing for the needs and the interests of foundational Black Americans first. That's my first priority on my page, is to speak upliftment and push for the betterment of my people. I ain't really worried about these other groups. I wish it well, but historically, these other groups have been used to undermine foundational Black Americans, used as buffer groups over top of us, and then they come over here talking down and looking down upon our people. And this weird guy, he was just, coming through a Pan Africanist lens and thinking that, everybody, we should push for a minority coalition. How that's somehow going to be beneficial to foundational Black Americans is beyond me. That won't be beneficial because when we tried to do things, uniting and pushing for people of color, this, that, and the third, has never historically worked out in our favor, so we'll be the only one standing. We look back and nobody there but foundational Black Americans. So them days are gone, and you know, I ain't voting because no party got an agenda for foundational Black Americans on the table. Not even this Green Party or whatever they call it, with Jill Stein and this guy Butch Ware, because they're talking about reparations, but it's a little low in my opinion. And that mass immigration thing, I can't get with it, and this minority coalition, all of that nonsense, I can't get with it because all of that stuff has been used to historically hurt foundational Black Americans. I'm just pushing for the complete total unity and upliftment of foundational Black Americans. So anything that's going to jeopardize that and deter it, in my point, I'm not, rocking with it, nor am I going to co-sign it. So yeah, I ain't co-signing this Green Party because a lot of his talking points just didn't really resonate with me. And he was talking about we got things in common with the immigrants, like trying to compare us to immigrants. I got a little bit, and we're not comparable to immigrants as foundational Black Americans because we never ran. We stood on our own ancestral homeland and fought white supremacy tooth and nails. We ain't never had the ability to run as foundational Black Americans. And furthermore, where have we ran to? Where could we run to? We can't run nowhere. We always had to stand toe to toe and fight the racism, white supremacy we were under. We ain't never had the ability to run like these other groups of people do. And then when he was saying about reparations, he was saying it could be lineage based, but he acknowledges that all Black people have been deprived and hurt and could be entitled to something, over here in America. When they ain't got the ability, in my opinion, to be entitled to anything in America, they got to take that up from where they came from because they had the ability to flee over here. So how are they entitled to anything that goes on over here? Well, I'm not saying that they not oppressed over here in America, to a certain degree. They not entitled to any of our reparations over here. They fled. You know what I mean? They not of this land. You know what I mean? It has to be specifically lineage based, and nobody is coming with a full foundational Black American agenda to the table. So I ain't rocking with none of these parties. And truth be told, I say FBA family that we somehow strategize and get organized and maybe put some of our paper together and get our own foundational Black American party where we could push our own needs and issues and our business through where it's an all FBA agenda. Just my thoughts on the matter, but I ain't rocking with that Butch Ware because his stance I don't really get with it, nor do I rock with it. Peace.